the Texas A&M Aggies, the Corps Cadets, the world-famous 12th man, Lady Reveille, and early indications, a whole throng of Aggies ready to make some noise. This is not your run-of-the-mill regular season game. Instead, it is a top 10 clash, one team hoping to make a giant statement. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Back to pass, it's Ward. On the run, still looking. Across the 25, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback doing that to your defense.
Going up top on first down. Makes the catch. It's Restrepo. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Fine play action. Makes the grab. It's Martinez. Crosses the 30. He's got away. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Forced out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Dropping back, it's Ward. Pressure coming. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
We're just going to want to see this guy make faster decisions as this game goes on. He had all day to throw that, guys. I mean, he could have worked through 7 or 8 different progressions on that play and still never decided to get rid of it until it was too late and finally got hit.
Pocket starts to collapse. Throws to the tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive. And I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. With the catch, it's Restrepo. It's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Everywhere, it's a turnover.
Man, you had first down. You had it in your grasp. All you got to do is take care of the football, secure the football. You're trying to do everything you can to reach for it, scratch for it, claw for it, and then secure it. Don't lose it. Don't put it on the ground. Bad job by the offense securing the football.
Offense set on first down. Looking for space. It's Moss. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. To the ground. He's got it again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Aggies will hustle to the line.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Pulls it in. It's Moss. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if you're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to try to get one off now on fourth.
Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. Throws for the tight end. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Canes. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking fourth down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Campbell. And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Almost a disaster on that return. They jump on it, and they'll maintain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that, and the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's Reed. A strike downfield. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Really good job there on the pitch and catch. You think about Texas A&M and their ability to recruit receivers in recent years. It's been about as good as anybody, I think. You think about names like Mike Evans, Christian Kirk. They're getting guys not just in the state of Texas, but nationally that want to come to College Station and they want to catch passes in this offense. They knows they gives them a chance to play on Sundays, and this guy, I think, is going to be one of those guys that we're seeing playing in the league.
They go right back to it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Watson. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Miami 7, Texas A&M 0.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll run the counter. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They thought maybe they could get the defense flowing the wrong way on the counter, but they were not fooled.
Get them flowing one way and then maybe hit that outside on the other side, right? But they didn't even let it get outside. They kept it right in the middle of the field, did a great job seeing it, going and getting it, being aggressive. You got to find a different way maybe to attack these guys to use their speed against them.
Back to throw, it's Reed. Fires to the big fella. Still running at the 40. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Texas A&M going quickly. He wants to throw here on second down. Complete downfield. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Aggie.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he made the extra point without problem. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to...
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On second down, they'll take to the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. The throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Arroyo. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Here comes the crowd trying to make it tough on 3rd and long. Maybe just trying to get some breathing room to kick it away. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Tempo in overdrive. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
Texas A&M.
They might need a telescope to find the first down marker, but they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Arroyo. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And I don't know how to explain that one. 4th down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And we're seeing a bit of the bend-don't-break attitude by the defense now. Obviously, they've given up some plays to allow the offense to get down in the situation. But with their backs against the wall, this is the best we've seen this defense play. They are having none of this running game down on the goal line.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. It's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They'll try the right side. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. The Canes moving quickly to the line. Martinez on the carry. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Looking downfield, it's Ward. Looking deep. Makes a connection. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
Complete on the shuffle. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Looking to throw it again. The sure hands, it's Martinez. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
You might just think that dude's a power back, but what a great job coming out of the backfield, become a wide receiver, and then guess what? When he gets in the open field, that's not a lot of fun to try to bring to the ground. That's a big boy.
Quick completion on the out route. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Canes have moved it inside the 20. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Buys a little time with his feet. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Leaves it with the running back. Smashes ahead. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricane.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll step out of bounds at the 16 and leave his offense with a long field in front. Looking for a productive play on first down. Hand off from the shotgun. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And the Aggies want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Got a man in the middle. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Comes out throwing on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. Fires it into a crowd, and it's picked off. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Finds his tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Looking to go up top on first down. Unleashes one deep. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. And the Canes will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Campbell. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. And the offense came out aggressively here in the second half, but they can't put the drive together and spit it up on the turnover.
I'll tell you, this defense has a lot of athletes, and they've got a lot of guys with ball skills. If you put the football anywhere around them in their vicinity and their ability to catch the football, they'll come down with it. This quarterback has got to be way more careful here in the second half.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. They'll throw it on first down. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the Hurricanes headed quickly to the line. To the air, it's Ward. They're trying to get to him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line is going to have to shore up this pass pro, guys. The last play they took a sack. This one they allow a hit on the QB, which forces the incompletion. Third down, they're going to be throwing it right here, you think. So O-line's got to step up.
On third down, going up top. Looking for the score. Fires and picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
What a beautiful sight. And not only are we big, and strong and powerful and athletic, you can add just have unbelievable hands to the mix because we can catch a football too, just like those little DBs, create turnovers.
I'm not sure he made it out of the end zone, and it is a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Good timing on the quick out. Shows him the stiff arm. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Up-tempo for the offense. Scanning the field, it's Ward. Got out of trouble and throws. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football.
Off play action. Trying to get to it. Quarterback now breaking the field. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. You could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit. Nowhere to go with the football, and just fights back to the line of scrimmage.
Despite coming up short on the previous 2 fourth-down attempts, this offense will try it here again. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
The give to the tailback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop sometimes. You're usually pulling 1 or 2 guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you, can get to the running back before he gets started.
They feed him again. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking to throw, it's Ward. He wants it all. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Kane. And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. They'll go to the air. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
31, Texas A&M, 10.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quick.
Quarterback checking off. Wants to throw on first down. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack. Texas A&M going up tempo.
Well, the Miami linebacker shows you his speed on that play. And when I talk about Miami linebackers, it is a bit of a sore subject for me. We played against the Canes in the Sugar Bowl my senior year in college. I got hit multiple times by multiple Miami linebackers and spent multiple days in an ice tub post-game.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He put some heat on that one down the middle. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And when it's
Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes, a program that has been built on flash, excitement, swagger, even once a goal turnover chain. But the fundamentals of this program, substance. We'll have plenty of substance and swagger from the Canes today. Coaches like to say no game is more important than any other. When you have a couple of top 10 teams ready to square off, yeah, that one carries a little more weight. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Canes will kick it away to start. And he's going to run it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First down for this offense. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Down, here comes this offense. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Texas A&M going quickly.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Looking to pass on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Moss. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
He's looking to throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Moss. Still on his feet at the 45. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. They keep attacking through the air. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. No huddle offense to the line. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Wide open downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Texas A&M trying to gig him in the red zone. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They're going to run it to the right. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
It is good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves...
And he pumps it up inside the 20. Corralled by the kicking team. Does life get any better than this for an offense to start a drive with a first and goal? They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation. And they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. Makes the catch and knocked down. The Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo.
Let's say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form time.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly.
Oh, he's playing with fire. He's picked off. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
And he had tons of time to throw that pass. You know, coming into tonight, this offense knew they had to give their quarterback time to be able to survey the field. They did it right there. Just made a poor decision and threw an INT.
Makes the catch. It's Moss. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Reed. Unloads to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Plays like that, he's fitting in with the Aggie legends, Christian Kirk and Mike Evans.
And that's when you've seen them just high-flying, fun, tempo, making plays down the field. Having those go-to guys, those A&M offenses were always fun to watch.
They're going back to the ground. At the 40, there he goes. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction Boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you see the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
A lot of urgency for this offense. This time they'll go to the running game. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front, point of attack.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. They'll try it over the left side. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. All wideouts, no backs. To the air on 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. Still running at the 40. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas A&M 6, Miami 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
This offense has a 2nd down play. To the air, it's Ward. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Hurricane! PAT unit on the field. And they move on top with the extra point, 7-6. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score, Miami 7, Texas A&M 6.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Campbell. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They've had a couple of productive drives, but they've had to settle for field goals in 2 of their 3 previous possessions. And the sack all the way back in the 5. The Aggies racing to the line in the hurry-up. On second down, looking again to throw. Quick strike complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Caught over the middle. It's Barber. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And how about the confidence of this quarterback? Palmer, I got to know, man. I know this receiver's a stud, but I'm putting 2 guys on him. I'm trying to take him out of the ball game, and he's still going to throw it that direction.
Because even when he's covered, he's open. These guys work tirelessly all week long. They understand where they're going to be. They understand when the football's coming out. You could put a 3rd guy over there, and I don't know if that would have changed the quarterback's decision. I think he was still going to his big playmaker on the corner.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just on the same page with his target. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Looking for space, it's Moss. Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. I really like this call to go for it on 4th down in this area of the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. Power football with the run. stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the tight end. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on third down. Looking for a man. It's Reed. And that pass is intercepted. Touchdown, Miami. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. And the PAT makes it 14-6. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Texas A&M going up tempo. It'll be a run on third and short. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. The give to the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Using his legs, it's Moss. And the 40, there he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain. A&M comes back out with another first down. They'll try the run. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They'll go to the ground. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. No big secret what they're trying to do here. They've kept it on the ground. It's 1st and 10. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Second down coming up. Going with the ground game left. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air, it's Reed. Working that left side now. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the third time tonight. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. Going for the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
They'll throw it on first down. He'll take a shot. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. Oh, he's going to take a chance. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Texas A&M going quickly. Looking for a man. It's Reed. He hurls one deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
That's a great job by the DB playing the ball in the air. You see it all the time. DBs kind of get turned around. The wide receiver goes up and makes a catch. No, sir. DB, great position, knocks the ball down for an incompletion.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. And that ball is picked off. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Hurricanes. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an